All right. So Eric Nowoslawski just posted a new challenge where he basically shows the doc that he uses to qualify people to actually see if they are able to use clay properly. So I decided to give it a shot, and I think I completed it pretty well. So this is basically going to be a workflow and complete challenge in clay where you go over basically anything you need to know. So first of all, let's take a look at the document where we basically are giving some instructions on what to do. So first it says find 500 companies from LinkedIn with any filter you'd like. Take a look at the next step and make a filter that would give you the best chance of being successful. Filter down for companies that mention mergers or M&A or private equity or investment or investor on their website. So first thing I did is I kind of combined ChatGPT with my brain. So basically just saying what type of companies are most likely to mention keywords such as these that I've just mentioned. And that basically gives me like a list of companies. And then you just go into Clay, you go under import, find companies, and then under these categories, you can say, for example, venture, capital, and private equity, right? So super simple. And we import some companies. I just decided to import 20 for the challenge. And we get all this information, name of the company, the description, all this stuff. Now, once we've done this, we go on to the next thing, which is, um, yeah, so once again, filter down for companies mentioning these things on their website. So what I did is I used this enrichment directly from Clay, saying find keywords in website. Then I basically just plotted in the 5 keywords we're looking for. And then you can see they say either 3 links found, 5 links found, where there's a mention of this word. And then I just create a conditional formula saying if any links are found, um, I actually set, I think when you go in here, the count. If the count is above 0, which means it has found something, then express true. If not, express false. So now we want to find people within these companies with given job titles, right? So directors, managing directors, owners, presidents, CEOs. So then we use the enrichment find contacts at company, and we just plug in all the like the job titles we want, and later in the script it says we want to exclude vice and vice president. So I'm just going to go ahead and do that already here. So preparation pays off, otherwise it might be a headache later on. And then I just said that this should only run if this column is true. So if the company actually has a mention of mergers or M&A or whatever. And then basically I just, all this data, all these people we found, I just wrote it to another table with a bunch of additional information as you're about to see. So we go into here. I copied most of the information, by the way, just to make it like easier to keep watching, but you don't have to do this. So basically after this formula is just true if there's keywords on the site, which is in this case. And then I just enriched with the first name, the full name, and then a bunch of other stuff. So this could be the recent company, the latest job, because now we're looking at people, as you can see here, filter for anyone who had a promotion in the firm. This one is a bit more difficult. And the reason it's a bit more difficult is it's not that black and white. So what I did is from the previous page, as you can see here, where we have all this data, let's see these profiles. Let's take one of the people, this guy. So that would be Kwame Ayla. Basically, we have all this information about her experience, which would be here. So basically, from this, from like the company and from the job title, we would have to determine if she's gotten a promotion. So I wrote all that information to this table as well, as you can see here. So I wrote her latest job, like the one she's currently having, alongside with her most like recent company she's working for, and then I wrote her previous job and the previous like company she had that job title as. So first of all, we actually wanna check if if the previous like or like the previous job title she had was with another company. And that's basically what we're saying here. It's like it's true if the two companies are the same, and it would be false if the two companies are different because you don't receive a promotion if you change job, right? So we need the company to be different. So basically, I just ask the formula: is previous job or like previous company Apex different from 777 part, right? Um, and you can see here it isn't, so it's false, right? So that's basically what we're doing. After that, we're basically prompting for all of those that are true. So where the like company is actually the same, meaning she has gotten a different job title. Now we want to make sure that this is a promotion and not like she haven't been like demoted or gotten a worse role, right? Because that's kind of the exact opposite. So here we just basically prompt the AI to say, based on like a latest job and previous job, is it most likely a job like promotion or is it a demotion? Almost, right? And most of the time, of course, it's a promotion. And not promotion. I chose to write that instead of like getting a worse role because she didn't actually, or like he didn't necessarily get a worse role. Sometimes it might be like the same role. For example, for this one, business intelligence analyst and BI accountant or accountant or whatever, right? So it could be like a similar job or it could just be like rewritten or restructured, which also doesn't count as a promotion. So I segment it into promotion or not promotion. Um, then for those where it's a promotion, I just run a waterfall flow to find the mobile numbers. You can see I use the conditional formula here. Basically just saying, oh, I copied it. But it's basically just saying if this is a promotion, find the mobile number. If it says not promotion, you see here, don't run it at all. And then we find the mobile numbers. After that, we actually want to find the custom type, as you can see here. So after we find the phone numbers, oh, sorry, I need to mention this. We want to run it for only mentioned directors or presidents. By the way, I ran it for so few people that I didn't want to limit the flow too much. But obviously, you just add to the conditional formula that the job title needs to include those words, right? But after you've done that, you want to use AI to determine what kinds of companies they acquire and if any of them fit the home service, SaaS, e-commerce, or restaurant space. So this was a bit tough one to make. Actually, it required some brain power as well. But what I found out to be the best solution was actually have Claygent scour through the web and just look at like what companies are they working with, what companies are they acquiring, and then I just said if it's either of the four of these industries, just make sure to mention that specifically. So here it's basically just gonna, based on like case studies or like news articles about acquisitions, tell me what services or like industries they're looking to acquire, right? So I did that basically. And after that, hold on. After that, I actually asked the conditional or like an AI, sorry, whether any of these contained any of these four services. So if any of these, for example, home services contains any of these, which it does, right? It's home service. Then we want to express true, if not express false. The reason I'm doing this is because after this, I'm actually prompting the AI to determine which of the four it mentions, and it would make it so much more complicated, like the prompt I have here, if we weren't sure that it mentioned it. So that's why I want to make sure that either of the four mentioned first, and then we run it to actually find out which of the four services it mentions. So you can see B2B SaaS, this works great. E-commerce, so this says e-commerce, this works great. So basically all of this works great, right? So now we've determined what kind of industry they like to acquire. And after this, we want to look up a record in another table. So basically, we want to create like a case study of another firm we've helped based on the industry itself too. So you just have a lookup table here. and you have the line you want to use for the given like industry they're looking to acquire. You want to make sure that like this is word for word the exact same as we have the AI output over here. All right. So we did that. We looked up the record, and then it, as you can see, it fills in nicely these lines of like case studies that we have. Then after that, I just went and enriched all. But we want to find like we want to create a personalized line, as you can see here. Generate a PS about something unique that happened at the university while they were there. If you want to make it easier, you can do this earlier because we have the information in the other table, right? I just did it again to make it a bit faster. But basically, what we need for this prompt is the school they went to, and then it's basically the start and the end date of when they went there, right? And once again, you can find this under here, and then education, right? And then it's here. So you do that, and then I prompt the AI to say something about the university within the time they went there. So it has to have happened within the time they went there. And I try to make it focus on like a funny or memorable line because that always works better in email, right? But I found that was like, it made it a bit too picky. So I kind of try to say it's just a bonus. It doesn't have to be like funny or memorable because AI might have a hard time judging that. And then we get some pretty neat lines. For example, were there when the Queen visited in 1989 and opened the business school, for example, right? And 1989 is nicely within like this time frame, right? Once again, you can use conditional formula to only use it on like the ones you need because obviously these ones have been filtered down quite a lot. But I just did it for all of them, just want to see how it works. Then you create a conditional formula, basically, quickly, just like these lines, I'm sorry, but couldn't, without a clear reference, blah, blah, blah. We obviously don't want that. So we just create a conditional formula saying if it contains the words where you were there when, which is my prefix, which only runs when like it runs successfully, then I just express true. So then I run an email waterfall, conditional formula. Obviously, when this is true, we only want to run it. Or whatnot. And then we just find the emails, right? And after we've found the emails of the right people, where we have like all the information and they've gotten a promotion as well, we can then add it to a campaign. And once it's in a campaign, we have basically all the data and it would look something like this. Hey, Jero, I noticed you mentioned M&A on your profile. We helped one company find 26 SaaS companies that wanted to sell. Would you like to chat about how we might help you as well? Then a signature, and then you just say, P.S. I think I saw you went to University of Nevada, Las Vegas. Were you there when the campus hosted the 2015 CNN presidential debate? Which is a super great line, right? So everything about this is pretty insane. Yeah, just making sure I have everything included. So that's basically my solution to the maze Eric kind of made through Clay. There are obviously some shortcuts you probably can take, especially regarding when we're looking for a promotion. But overall, I think it worked out fine, and it only took me like 1 or 2 hours with some troubleshooting, so it's not too bad. So I hope this made sense and I didn't go over it too quickly.